Hello everyone, I'm JA and we're back with another video. So this video has been highly requested for quite a while now. And as you can see on the title, we're talking about the living expenses as a student here in Japan. For my case, I live in Tokyo and just around 30 minutes away from Shibuya. So the cost of living is really high in this area. If you're gonna live in the suburbs of Tokyo, things will be a little bit cheaper. And if you're going to live in other areas of Japan like Nagoya or Kyoto or Hokkaido, things will be a lot cheaper. But I think in Osaka it's only a little bit cheaper, but it's still Tokyo has the highest cost of living in Japan. So let's start with my rent, which is 51,000. And this includes internet, utilities, water and electricity, but we don't use gas for our soap, so we just use electricity for that. And the location of my room, which is in a dormitory, a student dormitory of our school, is just beside the campus. It actually can be considered as part of the campus sometimes. Yeah. And considering these things, the 51,000 is really cheap. A lot of my friends are quite jealous to the people who lives here because it's really quite hard to get a slot in this dorm, and yeah, because of those things, it's really a good deal. The 51,000 is really a good deal. Yeah. My friends who are moving out on this dormitory on the end of this month, I think, they say that the price of rent in this area is around 60 to 65,000, and those prices doesn't include utilities. So considering that the 51,000 is really cheap. Yeah. So the next one on my list is food and groceries and self-care needs, which includes all food, all ingredients, condiments I put in my food, even food that I buy that are already prepared for me to eat, and self-care needs like shampoo, soap, lotion, but this doesn't include some medicines, of course. Yeah, it amounts to 50,000 yen, and I should also mention that this includes like the price for laundry and those things, so around 50,000 yen. If you're going to live on the suburbs of Tokyo, based on my experience of going to a grocery store near one of my friend's house who is living in the suburbs of Tokyo, things will be cheaper, maybe 90 to 80% of the cost here. Yeah, those will be the cost for grocery, even though some are like locally produced. It will be cheaper there, maybe because of taxes and the rent they pay for the space they use for the supermarket, things like that. Yeah. So 50,000 for food and groceries. Then I also have to pay for a monthly phone bill, which is 3,000. In Japan, the only option, I think, or maybe the recommended thing, if you're going to stay here for at least 6 months, is to have a SIM card plan, which is quite hard to apply if you do not speak English, but there are options. Some options, limited options. And yeah, if you're not going to buy or to have a SIM plan, you're stuck with the tourist SIM, which is really not good, to be honest. And for this 3,000, this includes 16 gigs of data, 10 texts, and 10 minutes of calls. Yeah, but this price is actually one of the cheapest I found. So for this amount of data, it will cost 5,000 for a regular plan, I think. Yeah. And the next thing is health insurance. So if you're going to stay here for at least, I think, 6 months, you have to pay for insurance, health insurance. You're required by law. So for students, it's around 1,900, but I'm not really sure if it's the same for everyone in Tokyo, or at least in like the whole Japan, if it's really 1,900. But yeah, for me, it's around 1,900. If you're going to work here, it's more than that. It's at least 5,000. Yeah. Then I also have a bike, I use for grocery shopping and just going around the campus. And because of that, I have to have a bike insurance because it's required by, I don't know, regulations, something. I think they just implemented that. And I have to pay around 400,000 yen. I know, 400 yen, not 400,000. I have to pay 400 yen every month for this bike insurance. This covers damages if ever you accidentally like hit someone or something. Yeah, so 400 yen. Yeah, and then I allot 10,000 yen for occasional events or occasional outings, I mean. And this may include like going out with friends, eating in a decent or good restaurant, or lab parties with, of course, lab mates and some professors. And I should say that usually I pay 3,000 to 5,000 every meal for these outings. And considering the lowest price, which is 3,000 in a month, this means I can only have less than four outings or 4 meals for those outings. And yeah, considering that it's not really a lot, restaurants here are really expensive. But still, it's a privilege to have that amount for that purpose. Yeah, so the total for all of this is 116,300. 116,300. 116,300 yen. Yeah, this is around $1,100 US dollars, I think, 1,100. And yeah, as a student, this is really high. But yeah, Tokyo, I think, is one of the most expensive cities in the world. So there's that. And the question is, how do I pay for it? So maybe a lot of you know, if you watch my other videos, that I have MEXT Scholarship. So this is a Japanese government scholarship. If you don't know about it, or if you want to know more about it, you can watch. I have 2 videos talking about it for the procedure of applying, I think. And I mention it a lot in my other videos because this is my only source of money for now. Yeah. So I have 147,000 allowance every month coming from this scholarship, 147,000 yen. So 147,000 yen minus 116,300 yen. I have 30,700 yen, 30,700 yen left every month, or at least in average. But this doesn't go to my savings, at least for now, because I have to pay some debt back at home because I borrowed some money when I went here, because on the first month I have to pay for my own expenses, and the first month is maybe one of the most expensive month you'll have because you have to pay for initial fee of the rent, and this is 1 month of rent. And then you also have to pay to buy a lot of things for you to be comfortable, school supplies, some more clothes, because apparently the clothes you brought are not enough for the cold days here. And then even, I think, yeah, and just bed sheets, things like that make, and even things that you need for you to be able to cook, like cooking pans and baskets, what are those things. Yeah, so the 147,000 is just enough for me to be able to live here and to pay my debt back at home. Yeah, so this is the case for me now, but next month I'll be moving into a new apartment, and the cost of apartment will be much higher, and we have to pay for our own utilities. So maybe it will increase by 20,000 or 15,000. I'm not still sure, but yeah, we'll be left with less money starting next month. Yeah, but that's it for my cost. This is just for my case, and maybe this is quite similar to other students here in Tokyo, or at least in the city centers of Tokyo, and it's really expensive. And these things are good consideration when choosing a university to go to. So if you want lower costs and you really don't have a preferred school in Tokyo, I think it's better to choose a school in Osaka or Kyoto or Hokkaido, or even Nagoya, or somewhere in the north. Yeah, but yeah, that's it for this video, and I hope you enjoyed that. And you can follow me on my socials, which are here, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate it a lot if you can do that, and it would help my channel grow a lot. And thank you very much, guys. I'll see you in my next video.